Man, what up though, gang? This your boy Prince Rob back again with another reaction. You know what I'm saying? I was able to kind of dial in the, the settings to where, man, I think I'm gonna crank out these videos back to back to back until we upgrade to the next upgrade. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, pretty much I wanna it's a dope video by Max McCoy. You know what I'm saying? Go give him a like and subscribe, and it's pretty much Jordan Peele's secret to overcoming self doubt. Man, I ain't gonna lie to you. Self doubt is one of like the worst things somebody can go through. You know what I mean? Because it's one thing when everybody else doubts you. It's another thing whenever you doubt in yourself. You know what I mean? And even me personally, I'm gonna share something very personal. Man, I've gone through a lot of self doubt in my life. You know what I mean? There's been moments in my life I've doubted whether I'm supposed to be, you know what I mean, in a better position. If I'm supposed to be doing this thing, or if this, relationship is supposed to work. You know what I'm saying? Just one of those things. It's a self-destructive thing. It's a self-destructive thing of the mind. So yeah, let's go into it, bro. And see what you got to say.
I feel like truth is the due north.
We're all human. We're all made up of the same emotions.
There's a certain amount of torment you put yourself through, and a certain amount of fear and pain that you just live with, you go about.
That's kind of my advice to anybody, any writer or artist.
It's hard to not get discouraged when you're taking strides towards a goal and things aren't progressing as fast as you would hope.
My dreams to make a film, to direct a film, since I was 12 years old, what I wanted to do. I sort of convinced myself it wasn't possible, it wasn't going to happen.
I have been feeling doubts like these, and it's in this season of doubt that, paradoxically, Jordan recommends that we don't buckle down and get more serious, but that we actually allow the process to be a little bit lighter and to have more fun. Hook shot!
I mean, it's kind of great advice, I think that's true. I actually, man, I ran into a dope quote yesterday when I was watching a video with, pretty much Christian McCaffrey working out. He was explaining one of his favorite books by Viktor Frankl, I believe. I forgot the name, bro. I gotta find the name, bro. I'm gonna find the name, but it is, man, the quote. He pretty much, Viktor Frankl is a Holocaust survivor, and man, I'm sure, you know what I mean. Going through the Holocaust was a very, not sure, I know for a fact, it's a very traumatic moment in his life. It's not a, one of the worst moments in his life, and pretty much it's him trying to figure out how to find meaning out of that thing. You know what I'm saying? Pretty much, it's man's search for meaning, right? It's man's search for meaning, and the quote says, "Man, to live is to struggle, and to survive is to find the meaning in the struggle." You know what I mean? Or a meaning of life, pretty much. And man, it's true, man. It just speaks on the fact that, bro, in life, man, try not to put too much expectations on things. You know what I mean? Because expectations is one of the biggest, like, killers of joy. You know what I mean? When you expect certain things, when you expect this to happen, you expect to have the job, you expect this person, you know what I mean, this person to stay in your life in a relationship. Those are all things that, you know what I mean, steal from you, bro. You know what I mean? So the best way to go about it, and even I myself, I've been doing this more and more often, is kind of like, man, just enjoy life, man. Enjoy the moment, man, and don't expect nothing. Just kind of work hard, and hey, if good things happen, they happen. If something bad happens, man, that's life, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bad things are gonna happen, man. So it's just about moving forward and, you know what I mean, doing what you got to do.
This was a project that there was a good chance it would never get made. And so that put me on this path of working on this. And it wasn't like I was every night, I was like, no. I allowed it to be my hobby. I allowed it to be the project that I would go to instead of watching television. That would be the most fun thing I could do with my time. And the whole purpose of it was to help me get better as a writer. Because I know that from Key and Peele when.
Man, that's dope. I like what he said, bro. And that's kind of what I do with YouTube, man. You know what I mean? Like I said, this is not the main thing I want to do in life, you know what I mean? But it's definitely something that, like I said, it's a catharsis, man. You know what I mean? This is how I express myself. It's something creative I do, which, man, takes my mind off of just life, Because whenever I'm just, where I'm at in life, man, sometimes I could just be stuck in that brain fog of, man, I'm not where I want to be. man, this is where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, just self doubt. Like, hey, what's going on? Like, what am I supposed to do with my life? What's the next step? You know, like, why can't the next phase of my life hurry up? But man, it is what it is, bro. So I take everything with a grain of salt. So even this, like I said, it's something fun I do, man. I don't take it too serious, bro. Like, if I get right now, I got what, 22 subscribers, bro. If I get 23 subscribers, I'm excited, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just happy that even anybody would think my opinion or my idea is kind of cool, you know. So I appreciate you, and shout out to my subscribers, bro. Y'all the truth, gang. You know what I mean?
When you're having fun writing, it works. Fun works, and that's kind of my advice to anybody any writer or artist. Follow the fun. If you're not having fun writing, you're doing it wrong.
For me, allowing the process to be more fun involves not needing to fit into any sort of box, to stop trying to force myself to become something I'm not, but instead to slowly but surely become more comfortable revealing more of who I already am. And that can be scary.
And every piece I ever do has to be an autobiography. You have to start with the imagery that means something to you, and you have to feel the emotion of the character.
If you're telling a story and you're not bearing part of your soul or telling your truth, I think that you're not doing that right.
Nothing's ever going to work unless it's vulnerable.
We're all human. We're all made up of the same emotions, and that if you put your truth out there, however specific it feels, however much you feel like this is just me, no one else is going to relate to this, no one's going to care, that's not the case. People are drawn to truth like magnets.
So another aspect.
Man, that's dope, bro. And again, back to the channel, bro. That's pretty much what I try to do, bro. I'm very honest on here. I try to be very honest about who I am. You know, I don't ever want somebody who, whatever, a subscriber, someone who's part of my channel who meets me one day and is like, man, you're completely different than who I thought you were. You know what I mean? Like people say, don't ever meet your heroes, bro, or you know what I mean, or whatever. And it's true, bro, because a lot of people who are in whatever that celebrity status or that better position in life that we all look up to, man, they're not necessarily who they are behind closed doors, you know. So, man, I say the best thing you could do in life is be yourself, bro. Like, man, it's cheaper to be yourself, bro. You know what I mean? It's way cheaper to be yourself.
To having more fun in the process, to being more truthful and vulnerable, is the willingness to not need to know how it's gonna play out. And
Bro, I like bro's video. Bro's outside on top of a rock. Hey, dope view, bro. Dope.
Speaking
view,
to myself, I'm so often fixated on how it's all going to work out, trying to have the map before I start walking. But it's like that quote, as you begin on the way appears. We really can't know what we're doing until we start the process of doing it. And I love how Jordan specifically talks about that.
That's
now,
dope.
trust me, I think that this party can be the most inspirational party this campus has ever seen. Is that coming to me? Grab that.
I think everyone has to kind of find their own
Brother, hit the
way
side.
of improvising, right? Whether it's music or drawing or sports or whatever, to be able to kind of set your impulses free and have to kind of build the wings on the way down of whatever you kind of jump off of. It started with dreams and ideas and things that were bubbling up from my subconscious. And then at some point, figuring out, going on this mission to figure out what I was trying to tell myself.
I could push a little, have some fun, and then come back a day later, smoke a little weed.
And hey, man, listen, man, I put down the Zaba. I ain't gonna lie to you. Every now and then, your boy be fiending, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. Your boy, not even be fiending, bro, but it be like, I don't know, man. You know what I mean? It's not to promote it, because I don't want to promote it to anybody else, but I think there's a use to it, right? Because a lot of people don't know this, but you have cannabinoid receptors in your brain, right? So you don't have alcohol receptors in your brain. You don't have nicotine receptors in your brain. You know what I'm saying? These are things that are not, your body does not understand. You know what I mean? It's something foreign to it. But cannabis is literally, whoever created us put these receptors that whenever it's introduced to the system, you know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? But again, I don't promote it, but if you know, you know. You know what I'm saying? If you know, gang.
Be and have what I was working teach me what it was.
And so, in this sea of uncertainty, the seasons of doubt, as we're trying to make the process less heavy and more fun, as we're trying to excavate our truth and be honest and vulnerable, as we're trying to not see the full picture as we're walking it and just trust that as we begin on the way appears. There's one more piece of advice from Jordan that I absolutely love, and this to me feels like the North Star statement.
I can't worry about this movie getting made. I have to write my favorite movie that doesn't exist.
And that's literally what I'm doing here, big dog. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said, hey, my YouTube channel is, man, it's me, bro. You know what I'm saying? It ain't perfect. I don't got everything down pat, man. I got videos where, man, it's lagging. You know what I mean? I've had so much problems with OBS to where, man, I wanted to pull all my hair out, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I literally realized that it's not necessarily you know what I mean? Because I dialed it in to where all the specs make sense. I've watched every single video to where it makes sense, but it's still lagging because, unfortunately, your boy went and got, you know, the wrong type of laptop. You know what I mean? I didn't realize that I needed, you know, better hardware to make this work, but hey, bro, it is what it is, man. My first videos was shot literally on my PlayStation. Second and third video, first two videos on my PlayStation. Third video was shot on my phone when I just got out of jail. So, hey, y'all gonna see the progress. Y'all gonna build with me. It is what it is, bro. You know what I'm saying? Now, I ain't gonna make the video longer than it need to be, man. It's your boy Prince Raw, man, and we out, man. I'm gonna catch y'all in the next video. Messing with that and no weed. I got 5 on it.